You've created quite a stir with your claims. Why do you say that the Wuhan virus was made in a laboratory?
Okay, as I mentioned in my first report, and also I will stress the other thing from the next coming report, that the evidence left in the virus genome from the SARS-CoV-2 virus clearly show that this virus is not from nature, and it is based on the Chinese military discover and own the very special Zhoushan bat coronavirus ZC45 and ZXC21 after the lab modification and become this harmful, highly contagious and lethal virus. So there are all the scientific evidence I presented in my two reports. Besides, I have other intelligence and based on my knowledge. So altogether, people can understand later that it definitely come from the lab.
Your paper and your co-authors have been linked to what is called the Rule of Law Society. It's a political organization. It is not a research organization. It is linked to exiled Chinese billionaire Gu Wengui and Steve Bannon, the former chief strategist of US President Donald Trump. And experts say that this affiliation of yours is a conflict of interest. What are your links with the Rule of Law Society, and why do you need the support of a political organization for a research project?
I have to explain that this is nothing about politics, just people related to politics. So if they criticize the foundation, what I can tell you is from the July, in the first interview in Fox News, I already told people I can escape from Hong Kong, escape from the surveillance from Hong Kong and the Chinese Communist Party government to US. It's because the foundation, Rule of Law Foundation, helped me. That is a foundation that people try to reveal the truth to anti-Chinese Communist Party and donate the money to do it. They help the people like me who want to reveal the truth and fight with the evil regime. So for me, that is the organization which has saved my life from many, many people behind. They pay the money and even pay their life to help me out to tell the truth to the world. Without their help, I cannot stand out, and people may never know that there is a witness who want to reveal the things to anti-Chinese Communist Party to the world. And to link me with a political purpose is very hilarious. Let's say, did Harvard get money from the Chinese Communist Party before? Or could MIT deny that? So those scientists work in those institutes. I mean, they also get money from China, from Chinese Communist Party. So can we say they have the political purpose just because they got money support their research? So, and also, I left Hong Kong. How could I put institute under the University of Hong Kong or other institute? That's nothing about the fact in my paper. That's just a thing to tell people that I appreciate those people who helped me come out, to give me the chance to tell the world.
As we pursue this bright future, we must hold accountable the nation which unleashed this plague onto the world, China. In the earliest days of the virus, China locked down travel domestically while allowing flights to leave China and infect the world. China condemned my travel ban on their country, even as they canceled domestic flights and locked citizens in their homes. The Chinese government and the World Health Organization, which is virtually controlled by China, falsely declared that there was no evidence of human-to-human transmission. Later, they falsely said people without symptoms would not spread the disease. The United Nations must hold China accountable for their actions. If the United Nations is to be an effective organization, it must focus on the real problems of the world. This includes terrorism, the oppression of women, forced labor, drug trafficking, human and sex trafficking, religious persecution, and the ethnic cleansing of religious minorities. America is fulfilling our destiny as peacemaker, but it is peace through strength. We are stronger now than ever before. Our weapons are at an advanced level like we've never had before, like, frankly, we've never even thought of having before. And I only pray to God that we never have to use them. For decades, the same tired voices proposed the same failed solutions, pursuing global ambitions at the expense of their own people. But only when you take care of your own citizens will you find a true basis for cooperation. As president, I have rejected the failed approaches of the past, and I am proudly putting America first, just as you should be putting your countries first. That's okay. That's what you should be doing. I am supremely confident that next year, when we gather in person, we will be in the midst of one of the greatest years in our history, and frankly, hopefully, in the history of the world. Thank you. God bless you all. God bless America. And God bless the United Nations.
Our distinguished guests.
台湾有一句话说，爱牙嫁牙。让我们一起前进欧盟，链接世界。Go Europe! Thank you.
While global economic growth is forecast to shrink by 5.1% in 2020, Taiwan has maintained an estimated growth rate of 1.56% for the year, the highest among 4 Asian tigers. The UN World Investment Report 2020 estimated that FDI around the world would drop by 40% this year, but Taiwan's FDI from January to July this year was up 10.56% over last year. This shows that international enterprises see Taiwan as a safe and reliable investment environment. As in 2019, Taiwan receives over $1 trillion in investment from the EU. This accounts for 20% of FDI in Taiwan, making the EU our top foreign investor. More than having a great investment partnership, Taiwan and the EU share common values such as freedom, democracy, and the rule of law. These values and our complementary strengths have allowed us to develop strong business relationships.
When people call you a China hawk, do you embrace that, Kyle? Just for lack of a better term, you're pretty strident about your views about China. So what do you make of what we have witnessed? Because it started out presumably as a national security issue. Is it still a national security issue, and was it necessary to be one right at the start? And have we taken steps to lessen the potential damage?
Well, first of all, I like to consider myself a China realist, not a China hawk. Unfortunately, it's China's own policies that have put them in this situation and overplaying their hand. When you look at TikTok or you look at WeChat, TikTok's 800 million users worldwide, up to 100 million users in the US, and they are very close to the Chinese government. Their data collection policies are aggressive. If you've read the white papers, the cybersecurity reports. And what's fascinating about this is China controls the narrative. It's what they do best. If Goldman Sachs is going to open up a wholly owned subsidiary in China, China requires Goldman Sachs to have their data held in China, i.e. it can't leave. And so in this case, the data collection, data storage, all goes through Beijing for TikTok. So there are two problems with national security. Number one is the fact that the Chinese government has the aggressive data collection policies through TikTok. Number two is TikTok's algorithm can influence the thinking and the minds of U.S. youth over time because they control that algorithm. And that's, of course, the algorithm they don't want to give up. And so whether you're talking about China, or whether you're talking about or TikTok or WeChat, those things have to be controlled.
比我想的还要糟糕一点，大概这一个商场里大概80%吧，80%的商家都转让或者是搬走，空荡荡的。我上次来还不是这样的，多多少少有一点，就是大学生啊什么的，有一些吃饭的人在这里面逛，现在就都没人了。
这是负一楼的话，商铺会更加的惨不忍睹，全是倒闭关门的。转租、直租、业主直租贴出了这些信息，有的是直接在出售的，自己出售就是房东直接转卖掉，这种信息一大把的。现在经过这一次的话，现在实体店的一个店铺啊，其实真的不好做了。
超過40公斤。
老师带着孩子怎么可以进校门啊？老师怎么可以带着孩子进校门，还不戴口罩，还可以进食堂？反馈不解决问题。
外当两送来，当一送，啥人啊？外当一送，高头往他比了啥人啊？这人一老发出气的，后来。
刀，你看，把刀杀了。哎，那个3个人滚他那的，3个人滚他那的。都。
肯定是穿一条裤子，凡人肯定穿一条裤子，那个你肯定穿一条裤子，你肯定是。咱们要讲，千万不能违法的事情啊，不能干，知道吧？咱们要合理维权，好吧？啊，他现在是跟我讲没找高管出来，没有这块答案，说了，但是不知道什么时候能有答案。
朋友们，大家好啊！我现在呢在华为的这个售后服务终端。我前段时间花了18600买了一个就是华为的折叠屏啊，算是高端手机。我给大家看一下，就是这部手机。这个手机呢，这里打开有一个亮点啊。谁放弃维修？没有，这个不是他们，这是他们写的啊，没有说放弃维修。这是华为给我出的报告单，检测报告单是啥嘞？是肉眼观测我的手机是由于这个挤压损坏，手机内有亮点啊，肉眼观测检测出来的啊。来，这是华为的员工们给我说的话啊，我用心支持华为，但是华为的做法呢，确实让人很心寒呀。买了2个多月的手机，说是不在维修期内。
河南省辉县定于9月至11月为在校学生展开流感疫苗接种工作。由于疫苗需自费，因此家长可签署同意或不同意。河南辉县疫苗受害儿童家长何方美21号在流感疫苗接种告知书的回执联上勾选不同意。
我6岁多儿子不是上小学1年级了嘛？他们那个学校给了一个单子，是那个卫生部门和教育局出了这样一个单子，它大概内容就是说，让小孩自愿自费移动这个流感疫苗。我呢就选择不打。我女儿这个疫苗自残的事儿都没有解决，本来就对疫苗都有一种恐慌，就出现了一种信任危机。我女儿的问题都解决不了，那我还怎么来相信啊？
何方梅表示，她不能再拿儿子的生命做赌注，因为不打流感疫苗不会致命，但是打了疫苗如果致残，那会终生受害。
我也是拒绝的，因为我们害怕，因为这种灾害对于我们这种家庭来说的话，你是承担不起的。在以后的接种疫苗的话，我一个都不接种了。
2018年3月，何方美1岁多的女儿因在1个月内注射中共医科院的甲肝、北京天台生物的马赛峰和武汉生物的百白破3种疫苗后，导致病毒性脊髓炎而瘫痪。此后，她与全国大批疫苗受害家长组建了疫苗宝宝之家，一起走上了平受打压的维权之路。何方美说，她今天又去市政府维权，不仅没有见到市府官员，110人员还撕毁了她的维权条幅。
我有好多次维权了，我今天又去市政府了，又去维权了。我去年住院狱的10个月的那个国家赔偿金到现在都没有到账，到现在我孩子的命这么贱迫的时候，1分钱都不解决，也不让去看病。
疫苗受害家长李先生表示，任何家庭一旦遭遇这种不幸，老百姓只能无助地承受。
我自己的感触就是举足无措呀，个人承担所有的医疗费用吧，没有任何的措施可以去解决这个方面的事情的话，最后只能个人承担。老百姓是最无助的。
何方美说，她的女儿已经1年没治疗了，她担心错过6岁前完成治疗的黄金期。现在有关当局不仅不承担责任，还阻止孩子去看病。
Ciao, television TV-д ухаантай нэг цаг хараа. TV бид багш нарын шалгалт байж чадна. Багш нар тоо хандуулаад ирнэ гэж юм шүү. Өнгө TV бид багш нарын бол одоо хэр өмнө өрөхгүй байна гэж санаж байна. Ийм